Okay, I came down to check my mail and discovered that the power company, UEC, Umatilla Electric Co-op, sourced Northwest Youth Corps to, oh my god, they decimated it. Nobody asked my permission, nobody knocked on my door, nobody told me that they would be cutting down hundreds of chokecherry trees. There's apple trees here. There was so much medicine here. There was so much here, and they didn't send me a letter. This isn't the same as like they come and trim because they're like, oh, it's getting too tall, or we're trimming back from the road. This is on my property, and the power lines are up there, and chokecherries literally can't get that tall. So this was an entire chokecherry grove that they just completely decimated, right? And I caught them in the act, so they weren't even done. They were told to come in here and go like way back against the property, right? Like, okay, so let's continue with the devastation walk. This is heartbreaking. These are all chokecherries, elderberry trees. Oh, and then the most heartbreaking one of all, when I get back over here, is that this over here was a 100-year-old elderberry tree, just gone. They dropped her. They can just completely decimated it. And what's funny is now it's more likely to be a fire because noxious weeds will come into here, and it'll just grow grass now, and then it'll be right next to the road versus all the varied understory that we had. Oh my god, here she is. Oh my god, why? She was nowhere near the power line. Absolutely nowhere near the power line. Why? Like there was no reason for you to kill this elderberry tree. Do you know how long it takes for an elderberry tree to get this old? Look at these rings. How does nobody ask? I mean, she's probably over 100 years old. There are so many rings there, and it's like, why? Like, it took her 100 years to get that tall. She's not reaching your fucking power lines. She's not reaching your power lines. It might not seem like a big deal to other people, but it's just like, it's super invasive. And like UEC, they should have given notice. They should have asked permission. Like you don't get to just decide. If you want to trim the stuff on the outside of the fence, by all means. And I know you have a quote unquote right of way, but that right of way still like requires like contact with the owner. Because I said, oh, you can maybe trim the height a little bit or a little bit stuff in here. No, I wouldn't have said you can cut down my 100-plus-year-old elderberry tree. And I got down here just in time. I saved one limb of her. One limb. You know? And it's just, it's devastating. And I just came down to check my mail. I live way up on the top of the hill here, you know, and it's like, these poor kids, they're with Northwest Youth Corps, and they're just told to come cut, but they're on tribal land. Like, there's a real possibility that I was upset, right? But it is not the same. Like, they could roll up on somebody's property and start doing this and like be met with like way more hostility, right? Because nobody knows that they're coming. Send us a fucking letter. Call us and ask our permission. Do anything that lets us know you're about to, like, you know, make a decision like this. And it's just, fuck. It's just really violating. So I just wanted to share.